Qapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail heroic. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to get your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Dare to make war, we surrender. Falsehood, important news are
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5, Qapla, and welcome to Open Lines Tuesday for Groundhog Day, February 2nd, 2021. We can talk about anything you guys want today, except we're not going to talk shit about someone who's not here, unless it's LDG or anti-trekker. But otherwise, absolutely no. Unless it's somebody I don't like, in which case I'll just discourage it. But before we go live, I have some breaking news out of Karoga, or Queens, or whatever you want to say. It is snowing again. Is there a meteorologist in the house? Because they got some splaining to do. Okay. I was specifically told by every meteorologist, weather person, and weather site that the snow was going to stop by this morning. But as we can see, the snow has restarted, and what was once a perfectly clear sidewalk is again being covered in white stuff falling from the sky. And at first it was like, okay, it's not going to make that big a deal, but there's now more than a trace on the sidewalk. In addition to the feet of snow otherwise outside, and the ice and the whatnot, the wintry mix, it is still coming down. So somebody, I suspect whoever is the meteorologist at NBC, I think they owe it to me to come here and reshovel my property, as we would have waited to get somebody had they been honest about the snow stopping. But that said, let me get to the chat, then I'll let everybody up on the panel. And the chat starts today with Thomas Potts saying everyone is late. That was at 4:03 p.m. And it was kind of true, because I did tell people I was going to start at 4 today, but due to nephew O'Prey issues, we had to push that back to 4:30. So I told Thomas he wasn't late. Not Ryan Johnson says, hello in Qapla. Hail Karoga. The Bun Empire will be conquered. Absolutely. And pay no attention to the fake news video that Cinnabon released last night about Jedi Bill attacking Karoga. I mean, that was just ridiculous. Clearly fake. That monkey didn't even look like Jedi Bill. Thomas Potts says SpaceX blew up trying to land. That is unfortunate. I guess a SpaceX rocket trying to land didn't make it. I don't know if that's in Florida or at their test facility, though. So don't worry about it too much yet, Mamo Pray. We have family at Florida, and you know, their economy is very much linked to the space program and SpaceX these days. John Araki with a $1 super chat. Thank you so much, John Araki. Greatly appreciated. You need help, Mom? Rabid Slug Ouchie says Charlie O'Prey has rabies, not from me. Well, Rabid Slug, with a name like Rabid Slug, I would say you are the most likely carrier of rabies, unless I just call you Kronos. Not Ryan Johnson says this stream needs more donuts thrown at Bird. I wish we had donuts, but nobody's delivering. The city, even though all the streets are mostly clear at this point, stupid Mayor de Blasio, the Groundhog killer himself, has declared an emergency. So officially there can be no cars on the streets, which includes delivery cars, unless it's an emergency. So apparently food delivery is not an emergency. Kronos says, need to eat and shovel more snow. Have a good show. Berto Pray and all. Qapla Kronos. Yeah, you probably got more snow than I did. So good luck with that. I hope you've been shoveling throughout. 47 Yorktown says, greetings from Eastern Canada. Greetings, 47 Yorktown. I wonder if this storm is going to hit you. If it does, I hope it's not so bad. And Rabid Slug Ouchie says, hey, 47, I'll lurk now. Swearsiest. No, you gotta go shovel your snow. Chrono says SpaceX exploded, a rocket return. It sounds like it. Joseph says, will we get some bites? No, Nephew Prey will not be biting me today, and if he does, it certainly won't be on camera. Rabid Slug Ouchie says, do you like chili? Not really. Not the biggest fan. Captain Track says, Bird of Prey, will you be late again today? Not really. I was pretty early. And he also says, hey to Kronos. John Araki says, Karogadelphia, greater than Turdstantinople. Absolutely. 47 Yorktown says, Jeff Bezos to step down as CEO of Amazon. Is that legit? That's crazy. But hey, I guess once you get like freaking 3/4 of the way to $1 trillion, you might decide you have other things you want to do. But good. I mean, up until this year, I had a hell of a lot of respect for Jeff Bezos. This last few months, it's almost all gone. I'm starting to think he's no better than any other incredibly rich billionaire. Thomas says, did you steal the Groundhog Day from us in PA again this year? Listen, we have our own Groundhog Day in Staten Island. Just because our Staten Island, whatever the hell his name is Phil. I thought Puxatony was Phil. Yeah, I thought just because it's more popular than Puxatony Phil isn't our fault. Dan 23 says there are places in the UK which gets no, but where I live hardly gets it. Oh, snow gets snow. Yeah. Well, you guys got the Gulf Stream to keep you warm. You're welcome, by the way. Captain Track says hello to 47 Yorktown. Carlo Albanese says hi. Hope everyone is as well as can be. Thank you, Carlo. Hail Karoga. Absolutely. Hail Karoga. Dee Dee says, Qapla, bird of prey, how are you and the family doing today? Just watching out the window at the snow, more snow, and it's weird that we can't order food. Like, we don't always order food, but now that I know we can't order food, it feels weird. Dee Dee Myers says, hail Karina. Who's Karina? Captain Track says, hail Karoga. Absolutely, hail Karoga, Captain Track. Thank you. Dan 23 says, place in the UK to get snow. Yeah, I gotcha. Rabid Slug, ouchie, says, bird of prey. Did we see your shadow this year? I am not a groundhog, therefore whether or not I see my shadow does not determine the weather. Thomas says, bird of prey skipped a lot of comments. No, I did not. I've done every single comment since the beginning, I believe. Did I miss any? Oh my God! Once I did skip a bunch. How did that happen? Son of a bitch! It jumped and I didn't know it. I did not know it. Okay, so Joseph says, "Will we get some bites?" That I did read. I read that. I read that. I don't know if I read that. Kronos says, hey to Captain Track. And Rabid Slug says, once the bird crashes, I'm out. I didn't read that one. Captain Track says, Radishberg, ouchies, that'll take a while. First, bird of prey needs to get through the chat. That's true. And I'm also not playing a game today. Thomas says 5 minutes early. Wow. I'm making up for yesterday. Yep. Wow. Early, says Kronos. Captain Track says, wow, bird of prey started early. Yep. Rabbit Slug says, hail to Karoga, just like Carplock said. I don't know what that is. Star Trek Nitpicker says, this is the mayor killed the groundhogs. Jeez. Did he kill another one? He killed one early on. I think his first term as mayor. He killed the groundhog. He dropped it and then it died the next day. They tried to say it wasn't related. And you see, even 8 years ago, the media would just lie for people of a certain party. Whereas if it had been, a person of a certain other party, they'd be like, why did you murder the groundhog? And here they were like, oh, it was coincidence. It was an old groundhog anyway. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Thank you for the leftover snowstorm you sent me. So you did get some. I hope it wasn't too bad, 47. But if you did get a lot, join me. We're going to sue Deej Odyssey because I do believe he created the storm. It passed over him first. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Yes. Sorry, I read that. Hakeem says, evening bird. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Hakeem. I am. Hope you are doing well. Kronos wants to borrow my flamethrower to melt the snow. I'm fresh out of flamethrowers, but see if Elon Musk has an extra. And Kronos says, I hope it's me. Thomas says, talk poop about me. I deserve it. I'm not going to. Nobody ever talks about you, Tom, at least not in a bad way. Dan23 says, hello, Qapla Dan23. Deej says, this isn't open lines. It's going to be, Deej. It's going to be. Kronos says, the woman hate slug-splaining. Yes. Well, that's fine. Thomas Bot says, bird of prey. A few years ago, we were told we were getting 10 inches of snow, and we got nothing. Well, yeah, but at least there, you don't end up. I mean, worst come to worst, you bought a new snow shovel and some salt that you didn't use that moment. But this is better. They overestimate than underestimate. Rabid Slug blames squirrels. There was the John Araki super chat. Thank you, John Araki. And then, okay, I read those. Hail Karina. Hail, bird of prey. And that's where I was. Sorry about that, Thomas. Thank you for pointing it out. I totally missed. Deej Odyssey says, hail on Karoga. Oh, really, Deej? Really? Yosef says, I just cleaned my glasses. It's like switching from 360 to 1080p. Yes. Rabbit Slug says, bird of prey, you don't like chili? Well, more for me. Yes, it is. Captain Trek says, hey to Deej. And Deej says, hi to Captain. Dee Dee says, blessed autocorrect or blessed autocorrect. What's the matter? You okay, Mama Pray? Carlos says, have you seen Groundhog Day? Of course I've seen Groundhog Day. It's a hilarious movie. If today had been a Sunday or a Saturday, we would have been watching Groundhog Day. I didn't mean to cheat, Kronos. I just skipped. Deed says, you didn't even read my comment earlier. I apologize. It just jumped. I didn't notice. I missed a bunch. Yeah, son of a bitch. Captain Track says, you missed a ton. Thank you. Kronos is the perfect politician's quote. I didn't know that. Thomas says, why aren't you streaming Space Engineers? Because I wanted to have an active part in the chat today. And when I play Space Engineers, you know, it's hard to pay attention to the chat. Maybe Thursday we'll stream some Space Engineers. Dee Dee says, hail to Thomas, who says hi to Dee Dee. Josh reads Bird of Prey, Stargate Continuum, and a YouTube address. And Stargate, The Ark of Truth are both free to watch with ads. Very cool for anybody who hasn't seen them. Kronos says, wow, Bird of Prey, was it an older groundhog, so it's okay to be murdered? No, it's not okay to be murdered. I'm just saying they started saying all the excuses. Josh Street says, what bird of prey killed every groundhog in New Jersey? I mean, Karoga. Just so they don't say more winter. No, that's not true. Captain Trek says, Thomas Potts is awesome. Absolutely. Executive producer Saul Leibowitz says, Qapla, bird of prey. It's terribly cold here. It's only 74 degrees and partly cloudy. Pray for us. That's executive producer Saul Leibowitz. You're not making Mama Pray happy with that joke. She wishes we were there. The Star Trek Nitpicker says, does a shuttlecraft have a cockpit? What would you call that area? Yeah, I'd call it the cockpit. I'm pretty sure they've even called it that in Trek before. Carlo Albanese says, have you seen Groundhog Day? Yes, I did. Over and over. And Yosef says, have you seen Groundhog Day? And Chrono says, have you seen Groundhog Day? I get it. Dan, do you like Groundhog Day type of movie episodes of TNG, SG-1, and X-Files? I really enjoyed the SG-1 and the X-Files. The TNG was, yeah, you know what? I liked them all. The TNG one, I'd say, was probably the weakest of the three, but still strong. It's still in my top 50% of TNG episodes, so nothing to complain about. Captain Track says hello to Yosef. Nitpicker says, Yosef and Kronos, I see what you did there. Yosef says, greetings to Captain Track. Kronos says, I got you, babe. Yosef says, I got you, babe. Kronos says, SG-1 was the best. And Nitpicker says, cockpit. It is. I'm writing a script for the USS New York. Thanks, Bird. No problem, Nitpickers. I think that'll go over well. And with that, let's put in the link to the panel so we can have some guests and some people talk. And at this point, I will remind that if you want me to read your comment, please put @BirdoPray5 in the comment so I can draw attention and see it, and I will be more likely to read your comment. And welcome, Deed, to the stream. Welcome.
All right, excuse me, but you cannot sue me for northeast.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we lose Deej? Let's try that again. Welcome, Deej, to the stream.
Welcome. No, I'm saying, you can't sue me for a nor'easter because it comes out of the northeast.
What part of Illinois do you live in?
I am way west of you.
Northeast part of Illinois? Is that what you said?
Nope. I am.
Would that be accurate, though?
No, because I actually live closer to Iowa, so I would be northwestern.
That's close enough for me.
And the meteorologist Katie would be the one to blame because she's the one that loves all this and was.
Hey, I don't blame Katie. She's a meteorologist out there in Iowa or wherever, not here in New York City. Okay, the New York City meteorologists get paid the big bucks. I'm sure Katie does well for herself, but I doubt she's bringing in what Al Roca is bringing in.
But no, I'm not northeast, so you can't sue me.
I can sue anybody I want.
And the attack on Kuroga and the destruction of Kuroga did happen because I streamed the After Effects last night. And no, Captain Trick, don't be laughing at that one scene. No.
Welcome, Captain Trick.
What one scene?
That busted you up laughing last night when I got turned into lunch.
Oh, that was true. That was funny.
Wait, you were playing the zombie game?
Yep.
Yeah.
That doesn't count as a Kuroga attack.
I've named it New Kuroga. I'm exploring Kuroga after
Just
the
because
war.
you name something New Kuroga doesn't mean you were exploring Kuroga. Plus, New Kuroga was destroyed by Cinnabon a few weeks ago. We don't have any claim over New Kuroga anymore. We left it to the wolves.
It was Bird of Kuroga, so this is what happens when Bird of Prey runs things.
New Kuroga was tossed off from the Empire, cut out like a tumor.
So if something doesn't meet up to your standards, you just toss them away.
Yeah, basically.
So Charlie biting you yesterday doesn't meet up to your standards, so you're going to toss him away too?
No, Charlie certainly exceeds my standards. That was just a temporary issue. John Araki with a $2 super chat. For the Bird Legal Fund, hashtag, good question, hashtag DJ Penitentiary. Okay, the DJ Penitentiary.
But I do have a lawsuit.
Building.
I do have a lawsuit I could file against you.
Penitentiary. You have a lawsuit, you think?
Why?
Yeah. You stole my intellectual property. Project
Odyssey had nothing to do with you. As I told you, I wasn't even thinking of your name when I created Project Odyssey.
Yep,
You stole the name Odyssey from a epic book.
Yep.
Or poem or whatever from 500 years ago. That's where Odyssey came from. The name Odyssey is in the public domain.
Yeah,
welcome, Commodore Ty.
Odyssey isn't.
Have you even trademarked your name?
Yes, I have.
Which one?
DJ and DJ.
Sure you did.
I did.
I want proof.
Anybody that went to the chats while I was DJing saw the little trademark symbols next to my name.
Well, that's fine. I'm not using Project Odyssey with regards to DJing or whatever DJs do. Project Odyssey is going to be a operating system, web browser, every utility you can think of in one, and it gives me complete control.
You know you're driving somebody insane when you bring this up.
I highly doubt he's listening.
Right.
No,
LED is not listening. Right. Sure. Whatever.
Listen, I'm just saying, for me, this is going to have a little competition. That's all. I'm sure competition breeds for a better product. Josh reads, says, put Bird of Prey in every comment so Bird of Prey will read it, even if it's not for Bird of Prey, just so Bird of Prey reads every comment. And Professor Brainy Specs says, Project Odyssey. Yes, I decided Project Odyssey was going to be a competitor to Prometheus, but it's going to be done better and be put out quicker. So, you know. Welcome, Joseph Patrick, the future man, to the stream.
Greetings from the future.
One
question
about this Project Odyssey. Does it have voice to it already?
Yeah, and our voice is going to be the same voice as Prometheus, but she's going to sound sexier.
Bert, I'm not sure if I asked you this. Have you seen Groundhog Day?
Have you seen Groundhog Day?
Are we saying the movie or the film?
I would say the movie.
I've only seen the film.
The film is the movie.
Then I only read the book.
You got the clip notes, didn't you? You cheated. You didn't even want to read the whole book, so you just bought clip notes.
I did. I bought clip notes.
I thought so. And Thomas Potts calls me the cheater.
No, yes, Kronos. I saw Groundhog Day. The Queen's Orphanage just tipped $1. Sorry, but an uncle can't donate a child to our orphanage while his biological parent is still alive. We don't care if the child bit you. Obviously, you deserve it.
Yeah, what are you complaining about? At least it wasn't a nipple.
Wow. I thought that was supposed to be covered under HIPAA, Queen's Orphanage. You weren't supposed to chat this to me in public.
What is HIPAA?
HIPAA. I don't know. It's a law that makes medical stuff private.
That's for doctors, not orphanages.
Whatever. There's medical records involved.
They didn't tell me medical records.
I showed them the X-ray of my bite, and they could match the dental records to confirm that it was nephew of prey who bit me.
In order to have dental records, there would need to be a dental visit. Has he been to the dentist?
They have portable X-ray, dental X-ray machines.
I know they do. Has he been to a dentist though?
I have my own X-ray machine.
And they don't approve of X-raying children.
I just wanted to ask you: did you really put the little child under a radioactive device?
It's not radioactive. It's just
X-ray. X-rays are radiation, Bird.
Radiation and radioactivity are two different things.
You basically get radioactivity an amount of radioactivity into your body as if you would do a transcontinental flight.
Yeah, so what? A lot of people used to fly with their babies. It's not a big deal.
No, I'm just saying
radiation and radioactivity.
Radioactivity is when atoms decay. Radiation can be any type of electromagnetic radiation, from light to radio waves to microwaves, ultraviolet, infrared. That's all radio magnets. That's all radiation.
Yeah, exactly. And we are talking about when we are talking about an X-ray, we are talking about radioactivity. The same as when you undergo an MRI.
No, we're talking about radiation.
I can see it.
Just to be clear.
Bird thinks Charlie's a little cold, so he puts him in the microwave to warm him up.
Not Ryan Johnson donated $5. Thank you so much, Not Ryan Johnson. Says, I saw they are rebooting The Equalizer yet again. Now it's going to have Queen Latifah as the main character, a single mother with a mysterious past. Went from a white male lead to a black male lead to this. Shaking my head, CBS is horrible. I had not heard about this, Not Ryan Johnson, but I believe you.
Oh, man.
Actors who show them who's the bigger nerd, Bird. No, in all honesty, radioactivity is very different from radiation. Even though they sound the same and they can both be deadly if the wrong ones are used. But I assure you, an X-ray that you get in a hospital isn't radioactive. It's electromagnetic radiation.
I just typed the question. What radioactive element is used in X-rays? And the first answer that comes up, tungsten is the element most commonly used to make X-rays.
Okay, but Google, is tungsten radioactive? And the answer is going to be no.
So, and...
Okay, radioactivity. This is dictionary.com. The phenomenon exhibited and being a property of certain elements spontaneously emitting radiation resulting from the changes in the nucleus of atoms of the element. Now,
right, and that's what I'm saying. That's a different type of radiation than X-rays.
Okay, radiation. It's
X-rays
the
are
same
specific
thing.
No,
It's
there
radiation.
are different types of radiation.
There are
There's
different
alpha
types.
particles, gamma particles, beta particles.
I did not say there wasn't different types of radiation. Radioactivity is radiation.
Radioactivity gives off a different types of radiation.
Emitting
X-rays
radiation.
are a specific type of radiation that is not due to radioactivity.
Spontaneously emitting radiation.
Hail Jedi Bill, Qapla.
Exposure to radiation will make something radioactive.
Chrono says, would you like to use my Z-Ray machine? No, thank you. And no, Deej, that is not true. You're exposed to radiation all the time. With you turn on a light, you're being exposed to electromagnetic radiation from that light.
Those are really extremely low levels. An X-ray.
And that radiation that comes, light is a radiation, is the visible spectrum, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, perfect. But you can get a scan of your bones only through basically gamma rays that go, not gamma rays, what is it? X-rays. X-rays and then higher gamma rays, basically. Okay, they will kill you immediately, right?
Well, she turned into the Hulk.
Or you turn green, yeah, exactly. So basically, why are the doctors? Okay, answer me this question: why are doctors, while performing an X-ray, not present with you in the room? And why are you wearing lead covers on the areas of your body that are not required for the X-ray?
Because in X-rays, if you get enough of them, will eventually lead to destruction of your DNA in your cell.
By
okay.
Go on.
Did you say why?
By causing
by.
What would cause that?
Because every so often a DNA molecule absorbs the energy from an X-ray and breaks apart.
And what is an X-ray?
It's unlikely, but it happens.
So
What is an
by
X-ray?
radiation.
Correct.
Okay, but again, not radioactive.
Okay, let me put it to you this way. In hospitals, they have a radioactive warning on the doors, on the walls.
Not of on X-ray machines.
Yes,
There
they do.
are labs that are they use radioactivity to enhance X-rays and enhance CAT scans. Okay, they put in radioactive elements into your body because they show up better on X-rays. That's something different.
This is almost like talking to LDG.
Except that I'm right.
That's what he said.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this the hard way.
Okay, Bert, can
Right.
you? I'm just putting into the private chat something, and please copy paste it into Google and share your screen, and go for pictures.
Is radioactivity and radiation the same thing? What's the difference between radioactivity and radiation? As we have seen, radioactive decay is a property of a particular nucleus. In comparison, radiation is a possible consequence of many processes, not just radioactivity. Non-ionizing radiation, essentially low energy parts of the electromagnetic spectrum, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. We've seen radioactive decay is a property of a particular nucleus. In comparison, radiation is possible quantum of many processes. Radiation is a term given to a traveling particle or wave, and it can be split into three main types. This is radiation. One, non-ionizing radiation, essentially low energy parts of the electromagnetic spectrum. This includes all the light you see, radio waves, also known as microwaves, as in the oven, the infrared heat radiation. Ultraviolet falls into the higher energy end of this category. Ionizing radiation that can remove an electron from its orbit, and neutrons, free neutron particles that can collide with other atoms. Non-ionizing radiation, mostly damaging in obvious ways. Exposure to microwaves or infrared causes susceptible materials to heat up. Alternatively, ionizing radiation can be less obvious. That's it. This is X-rays. But can change an atom into a more reactive ion, can create longer lasting damage. Ionizing radiation falls into two main forms. One, high energy electromagnetic radiation, including X-ray and gamma rays. And two, particle radiation, alpha and beta particles. These different forms of ionizing radiations differ in their capacity to damage and their ability to penetrate materials. Ionizing electromagnetic radiation, X-rays and gamma rays, are penetrating. Ionizing radiation are essentially the same thing. The difference in terminology is usually that gamma rays come from nuclear decay, while X-rays come from electron orbitals. The wavelengths of electromagnetic radiation contain enough energy to push an electron out of its orbit around the atom, yet again forming an ion. They are stopped by very dense materials such as lead or large amounts of earth or concrete. Particle radiation is potentially very harmful, but relatively easy to block. Alpha particles with 2 neutrons and 2 protons are essentially helium ions. These can strip the electrons from another atom in order to become helium atoms. Beta particles are simply free electrons that can be captured by atoms just like any other electron. Luckily, protection from these is reasonably easy. Alpha particles are blocked by a piece of paper, and beta particles by a few millimeters of metal or an equivalent amount of plastic. Okay.
Okay. I found something. After CT, ultrasound, or MRI exam, no radiation remains in your body. For nuclear medicine imaging, a small amount of radiation can stay in the body for a short time. The only thing is that the effects are cumulative. By the way, Bert, I have a question.
Yes.
Have you seen Groundhog Day?
You son of a bitch. Yes, I've seen Groundhog Day. I've seen Groundhog Day. You're waving? What? Oh yes, sure.
You can share the image that Joseph wanted you to look up.
Yeah, he did. He did. Basically, he showed it.
Okay, I missed it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Rambling. Radishing ouches is Krogan medical equipment. Seriously, yes.
Just call him Kronos, for God's sake.
Kronos. Jedi Bill was here. I think I said hello. Qapla, Jedi Bill.
Aberjam better watch what he's saying, or Bird's going to lock him up in the...
Aberjam says radioactive materials emit radiation just like light bulbs emit light. Bird of prey, Captain Trek. Not exactly the same thing, Aberjam. Darth Maul says bird of prey, Jimmy Newtons are the most animated. CDJ says technically some UV rays are ionated. Yeah, well, they said UV is at the higher end. And Chrono says, the light, it burns. There are 4 lights, and Thomas Potts was getting put to sleep. And welcome Rock Solid to the stream.
Well, this isn't just Rock Solid. This is Thomas Potts is greater than Rock Solid.
Yes.
Thomas Potts.
Hi, Gary.
Greater than Rock Solid. That is an interesting name.
So
okay, so we'd rather have Thomas Potts then.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
I said then we'd rather have Thomas Potts.
Yes, you would rather have Thomas Potts. I agree with that.
And Joseph Patrick with a €2 super chat says just one question. Have you seen Groundhog Day? Yes, Thomas, I've seen Groundhog Day. And Thomas thinks you've lost your mind, Rock Solid.
But Bird, have you seen Groundhog Day?
Yes, Captain. I've seen Groundhog Day. Does anybody remember how Groundhog Day ended?
Honestly, I don't.
Yes, I do. Bill Murray got the girl.
Oh yeah, he got Andy McDowell, right?
Yes.
Kronos misses Lego. So do I, Kronos.
Yeah. So why don't you build something?
I have no room to put them. If we weren't having a pandemic, maybe I could sell some in a garage sale, and then I could.
You don't need
build
to
more.
sell some. You just need to buy some shelves that can be mounted behind you.
Joseph, we have shelves already.
So then, what's your excuse? I hear no excuses.
The shelves are full. Oh, Mama Prey is also concerned about the dusting of all the Legos.
You know what? I will send you dusting equipment. I'll take care of it. Send me your address. I will take care of that.
No, not equipment. We need manpower.
Actually, just mount some fans and it keeps the dust blowing.
Mount fans to keep the dust away. And the fans need to be dusted.
Well, it's easier to dust fans than everything else.
Yeah.
Professor Brainy Specs, I am sorry for the torture they were putting you through. Thank you, Professor.
He brought it upon himself.
And hey, spoilers, says Hector. And Star Trek Nitpicker says, Bird of Prey, You have to learn to play the piano, and then you'll wake up out of this nightmare. I always wanted to play the piano. Yes,
Don't drive
Jedi
angry.
Bill, I've seen Groundhog Day.
But have you lived Groundhog Day?
No, not before, but maybe today. That would be
But
awesome.
have you lived
though.
Groundhog Day? We're such assholes. Thanks for disagreeing, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree.
There's nothing to disagree with, so.
Robert Rose Jr. says, howdy today. Bird of Prey, Mount Prey, and Sassy. Thank you, Robert. Hope you are well.
Yes, Jedi Bill, I've seen Groundhog Day with Bird of Prey. You just have to ask if you've seen it.
Dee Dee says, poor old Bird of Prey. Professor says, Bird of Prey, have you seen the movie? Okay. Yes, Professor.
And this isn't even a Dear Bop Day.
Anti-Trek trip, and everybody should do it to him.
I have seen the movie. What is Anti-Trekker streaming?
If he does, everybody should do it to him too.
Oh, definitely. Terry Rose, Qapla Terry Rose says Orlando's Wharton Willie.
Ontario. There's no Orlando in that sentence.
Ontario's Wharton Willie predicts an early spring for 2021 on Groundhog Day. I heard the Canadian groundhogs were predicting early spring, but the American groundhogs were seeing their shadow and predicting longer winters.
You have now in New York more snow probably than in whole Canada, so.
Well, the thing you have to remember about Canada is it's not a real country anyways.
I don't know what the hell the big deal is about the early spring anyway, because this weekend I'm going to have minus 40 wind chills. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's going to be really cold next week.
It's like, by the way, today is exactly it is midwinter, right?
Is today the middle day of winter?
Yeah, exactly. We are in the middle of the winter. That's why it's a Groundhog Day.
Thomas says, stop stealing Groundhog Day. Robert Rose says, yes, Bird of Prey, I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking. Hope you are doing well also. Thank you, Robert. Yes. Jedi Bill says, hey, did that groundhog see his shadow? The main ones have, I believe. Yes. I don't know about everyone.
Puxatawny Phil did.
Goddamn Puxatawny Phil.
Question: was the Groundhog Day story like or something that was popular even before the movie or not?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Groundhog Day's been a day, apparently even before the settlers got here. But it used to be some animal other than a groundhog, because groundhogs are native to North America. Thomas says Puxatawny is the only real one. You just say that because you're from Pennsylvania.
There's only two types of people in this world I can't stand. People intolerant of other people's cultures and the Pennsylvania Dutch.
Absolutely.
There you go, Bird.
What the hell is this?
Bill Murray cruising with a groundhog. It's
in a Jeep.
Don't drive angry.
Nice. Bill Murray stars in Jeep Groundhog Day Super Bowl.
That was from last year, wasn't it? Or was that 2 years ago?
Hi, Charlie.
It's not new.
I think it's last year's.
Charlie, where'd you get that donut?
Are you feeding the child a donut?
No, it's a teething toy. It's not an
okay.
actual donut.
I was like, okay, please don't destroy.
No, we're not giving Charlie actual donuts.
And what do you complain about being bit? I've gotten bit from the one I've been watching too. So
Well, I don't know why you're letting you freaking kids you watch bite you, Deej. That's
I didn't scream like a little girl
bad.
when he bit me.
That's bad form.
I just looked at him and said, "No, don't do that," and he quit.
Oh well, excuse me if I just say, nephew, pray, don't do that anymore.
Bert,
Oh,
but
he doesn't understand English.
you saw the video. You saw the video. You literally
Scream like
put your finger.
I didn't know my finger was headed towards his mouth. I couldn't see where my finger was going.
You were looking at the camera.
I couldn't see it.
That's what she said.
You like that one?
Good one, Yosef. Got that one.
Oh. She's so afraid. She's training him well.
He said it wasn't a nip. So what do you complain about?
History with R&R just put out a video. Presents the Alamo. Oh, I will be sure to watch that after this.
I hope that he took a look at the Alamo's basement.
We all know the Alamo has no basement.
So no bike?
That's where Pee Wee's bike is.
It's at the basement.
Thank you, nephew.
Large Marge took him part of the way.
Big Bertha.
I mistakenly thought it was Big Bertha.
No, that was
Large
the fish from
Marge.
Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, look at you.
The what? Oh, that was
The
the fish
from Super Mario Brothers.
That was a lot of things.
Chewing his chew toy right above your head. Watch yourself. No screaming. I don't care what he does to you.
Get him, Charlie.
Hey, we need this
No,
on camera.
Charlie.
This on cam.
Are you decent, Bert?
I am decent, but I don't have the camera set up.
Well, this conversation just went in a dark place, and I don't want to see it.
Or Charlie.
Bird is never decent. He may be
Exactly.
dressed, but he's never decent.
Did my thumbnail feedback make sense on Twitter, by the way, Bird?
It did. And in fact, I moved it over since I
Okay.
still had the file open.
And it was only a couple pixels, but that's one of those things just to be cognizant about.
Yeah,
Other than that, I thought it was great.
I didn't want it blocking my face in the jar. Otherwise, I would have put it right on the left side. But what I did
maybe
was
the audience
center it.
could.
Yeah, well, maybe I don't care if the audience cares. But unfortunately, it doesn't. It didn't have any magic.
That's not the point. It's your
didn't
first one
take
you
off.
did. And generally speaking, they don't hit the algorithm for about 48 to 72 hours. So just be patient.
Patience.
Yeah.
Patience is for doctors. Darth Maul says, Bird of Prey, you guys remember some years ago, the mayor dropped the groundhog on his head and he died on impact, had to puppet the movement to downplay his murder. Actually, if I recall, he died a day later. I don't think he died on impact, unless that was just part of the scam.
Groundhog dropped by mayor, dies later.
Yeah.
What's de Blasio?
Yeah, it was de Blasio. And it was I think it was his first Groundhog's Day as mayor. He'd only been mayor a month.
And already he was dropping the balls. Well, I've got to figure that Groundhog was not fixed. So.
Cronus is Bird of Prey. Could you ask Clono Prey if his uncle has seen Groundhog's Day? No,
That's a good
don't
question.
bite.
I think people want to know.
I've said yes, I've seen Groundhog's Day.
I'm not sure if you mentioned it
he
earlier.
dropped it.
No.
Robert Rose Jr.'s Bird of Prey. There is also some female running for the mayor of New York City.
It is within reach
I didn't see it.
for it, and then he bites your hand.
My vote right now, Robert Rose Jr. would be for Andrew Yang if he makes it.
Was he running for vice president?
He was running for president.
President
Now he's running for mayor.
here?
Yes.
New York City.
Yes.
Interesting.
Darth Maul's birthday.
Money?
Yes.
Is he gonna give us money?
Probably not as mayor. And you don't have a vote here anymore.
I didn't change my.
For governor, is she New Jersey now?
She moved to Jersey.
Okay.
The dark
So technically,
side.
is she a Jersey girl?
Are you a Jersey girl?
No.
I think she
New
is.
Yorker living in Jersey. It's very different.
She's a New Yorker living in New Jersey.
That might make a community page on Facebook for us.
See, I can relate to that being a Wisconsinite stuck in the hellhole that is Illinois.
Fix the state.
Rock Solid is a Wisconsinite stuck in the hellhole that is Illinois.
Better than Minnesota, eh?
What's that about Minnesota there? That's
They said
that's the
better
south side
than
of Milwaukee.
Minnesota, eh?
No, that's and I can say this because I am one of these there. This is the south side
My company
Polacks
has a
here
big
from the
office
south side of
in
Milwaukee.
Wisconsin. Both of my employees live in Wisconsin. The only two I have. I hear about how things are in Wisconsin pretty often, actually.
Did you hear about it?
Yep, she's got two employees that live in Wisconsin.
Yeah. Darth Maul's bird of prey. It was De Blasio. So he was foretelling darker things to come. Foretelling, yes. What's this face McWhatnot? Qapla, bird of prey. Qapla, what's this face McWhatnot? Oh, Charlie. Thomas Potts says, I'm stuck inside my ugly body.
Give me
Oh, Thomas, you're not stuck inside your ugly body.
it is.
Really, you look at
I blame the media.
me,
Mostly television.
anti-tracker, rock solid.
What did I do?
And
You know what?
people
Is this
like
all
us,
because you haven't watched Groundhog Day before?
and you worried about how ugly you are.
I don't worry about it. I know it. I just don't give a shit.
Top 1% winds up on television.
My mom says I'm pretty.
Does she say you're pretty or you're handsome? Because there's a difference.
I know.
He feels pretty. Oh, so
pretty. Oh, so pretty.
He feels pretty and witty and bright.
There's another word in the lyrics.
Any girl who isn't him tonight. Fa la 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 la.
But yeah, good old
Oh, yeah.
West Side Story.
Boy, these fake email things are getting desperate. I just got an email that said my PayPal had been suspended.
You just got that? I get like 14 of those a week.
Yeah, first time I ever got one. So desperate. to try to
Terry
get in.
Rose says Yang's website will give you money if you qualify. Interesting.
What?
But I
Give
bet
me
I
a
have to be
second.
poor to qualify.
I'm just going to be. Am I going to be pissed or not? Because Continuum Trek just put in a comment that Germany removed all Star Trek from Netflix.
Really?
Okay, not for me. Okay. Wow. Good.
That's crazy. Captain Track says.
Track?
Captain Track says Hast du Groundhog Day Jinsen
Gesehen.
Gazin.
You say Groundhog Day.
Niet? I mean, da.
9. That was not.
Nine.
That
No,
He
I
just
mean,
admitted
yeah.
he hasn't seen it.
No, yeah, da. I've seen it.
That's Russian, not German.
Yeah,
That's Russian.
Is ja? Is that German? Yeah. Actor says, has visto al dia de la marmota?
Say C.
Bird of prey has. That's English as has. Has visto el dia de la marmota. Visit the day of the marmot. Have I visited the day of the marmot? Yes, have I seen Groundhog Day? See, Hector, see.
By the way, in German, the name of the movie is Und täglich grüßt das Murmeltier.
Darth Maul says if you say that word, Bird loses his channel.
Yes, even Carbonite agrees.
Deej says bird of prey. Nuke, tahu, shoshas. I don't know what that means, Deej.
It's Klingon for have you seen Groundhog Day?
No, there's no way there's a name
Yes,
for
it
Groundhog.
is because I just used the English.
That's hilarious.
You used a shitty translator and it gave you that. That doesn't mean that it's real Klingon. What's this fish whatnot says da bird ja is German. Thank you.
I've got a question for Yosef. So here in the States, if you have a German heritage and folks that still speak German, a lot of times you'll get, V gates, and as a like the equivalent of a dad joke, the gate is good, but the fence is broken. Is there something similar to that in Slovakia or in other parts of Europe?
Not that I know of, but there is one joke. It's for the question, how are you? We are making fun of it because if you do the correct declination of the sentence, Malsi, how are you? Is did you have a car crash? So, and if somebody asks me, how are you? I always say to those people who understand me that no, I wasn't on the road today or something like that. So,
but are Traubies still a thing over there?
What?
A Traubie?
Oh, you mean the German cars, the
yes.
East German plastic cars? No, no. You know what? They are actually, as a rarity right now, they are being they are undergoing like tuning, but heavy tuning. If literally, let me just Google something.
Sounds like the Reliant Robin over in the UK.
Bert, I put the word combination into StreamYard. Can you just share the pictures?
Private sure, chat. You put it into StreamYard?
Here,
I got
private chat, and just go for the pictures. It was just to understand. There were like two East German cars that were produced. One of them was this Trabant that Gary is asking about, and the second one was Wartburg. And just look at it. The car was the biggest thing about this car was that it didn't catch any rust, because there was nothing metallic on that car. And look what they are doing with it, like crazy tuning, because it had literally I think my lawnmower has more power than the car.
Well, and it's a running joke too. So I remember, talking to my neighbors actually escaped during World War II from Austria, and they used to joke about Traubies having a dual exhaust, so that way when they broke down on the road, you can use it as a wheelbarrow.
You know what? It was literally a gas chamber on roads.
Welcome,
wheels.
Bee's Nest Film, to the panel.
Hi, business.
Hey.
This car was just horrible. When you were in traffic behind that car, you immediately had to close all like vents and everything, windows, because I think it destroyed single-handedly the ozone layer about Eastern Europe. This car, it was just so horrible.
My brother had a Volkswagen Beetle, and a lot of the exhaust would come inside there.
Oh, the original one. Okay, yeah, I can imagine those original ones from like the 50s, 60s, because they were basically producing the Beetle since World War II. It was the first car that was introduced for Volkswagen in Germany in 1939, I think, when they opened the
Just
company.
real quick, because before this gets too far behind, Robert Rose Jr. says, Bird of Prey, Trump for either governor or mayor of New York. Could you imagine what that'd be like? I mean, Robert, I can't, because he would never win. I mean,
he could run as Democrat.
Just no, he wouldn't even try, Robert.
He is a Democrat. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but he wouldn't win.
Well, no,
Three-quarters of the
said that he
city
could run
voted
as one. I'm
against
just
him.
saying he is one.
But he didn't run for the president as one.
No. Darth Maul says, dies Pintrocious Bendisti.
Bendeo?
I don't know. Dan23 says, Bird of Prey are reliant. Robin is a three-wheeled van. Okay.
It's not a van. It's like a Plymouth. What were those little Plymouth ship boxes?
Like the New York City police scooters used to be?
No. Because they're smaller than that.
Robert Rose Jr. says, Bird of Prey, if you can get a great movie for Cinema Saturday, would be Billy Jack Goes to Washington. Never heard of it. This coming Cinema Saturday is Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Epic movie. Welcome, Mr. CCDV. We haven't, because it just came out after I'd started, but I did announce that the History with R&R latest radio show came out, and we will check it out after. And Deej, who's in the chat, in the panel, says, Bird of Prey, did you see where Kimmel went after Jon Stewart? No, but I saw people put up some Jimmy Kimmel videos, but
Hold
being
on,
as
happened?
I didn't care about Jimmy Kimmel, I didn't watch.
What
Do you
happened?
have the details, Deej?
Well, basically, Jon Stewart joined Twitter recently, and he was making comments about the whole GameStop thing and everything else, and Jimmy Kimmel went after him and asked him if he was Donald Trump in disguise.
Well, you heard Dustin Diamond died yesterday, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No more Screech.
The last 10 or 15 years was not kind to him in many different ways. He did not have some good life choices that he made.
No, he got shit on big time.
No, self-inflicted. He did some really stupid stuff.
Robert,
who the actor?
Yeah.
And Robert, really, I've never heard or seen. I've never heard of the Billy Jack movies.
Yeah,
I'll
there
look
was
it up.
there was. Yeah, I saw one Billy Jack, and I think it was called Billy Jack God, it was a motorcycle gang. I forgot what the name of that one was. Billy Jack was supposed to be this like ex Green Beret, goes around, and helps people out or whatever. I don't know. It's kind of one of those.
You've seen Billy Jack, but have you seen Groundhog's Day?
I've not seen Billy Jack. Oh, you were asking him. Never mind.
Oh, I don't know.
The Born Losers, Billy Jack, The Trial of Billy Jack, Billy Jack Goes to Washington, and The Return of Billy Jack.
The Born Losers, that's the one I saw.
1967. Jesus.
Was a very good year.
Older than me.
I mean, it doesn't look bad, but I've never seen it or heard of it.
It's, your typical 60s bicycle gang goes after the citizens of a town, and then Billy Jack comes in and helps fight them, that kind of thing.
Darth Maul says, Dies Penis Close Vindisti is Latin for Have You Seen Groundhog Day? Doesn't seem like there's enough words there, since there's no word for groundhog in Latin. It might be word for ground and hog. What's This Face is, yeah, The Born Losers is actually pretty decent. I'm not denying it. It's a series that I seem to have missed. Skipped, if you will.
I tried to watch another Billy Jack one, but it was just too crappy. Who I forgot who you mentioned, but yeah, The Born Losers is the best one.
So what's today? Tuesday. So tonight I could, in theory, watch the final episode of The Expanse, which just collapsed for me this season. The last few episodes have been so boring.
What days do the Mandalorians show their new episodes?
They
Friday.
stopped.
Oh, they stopped.
Mandalorian stopped airing 6 weeks ago.
When are they supposed to start back up?
Not for almost 2 years.
No way.
Yeah, they're going to do a Boba Fett series before the Mandalorian again.
Oh,
that's about a year out.
Damn, just when I got called up on the shit.
Well, there's going to be a bunch of other Star Wars series coming out, but the actual Mandalorian is almost 2 years out.
Meow.
Yeah.
Whose cat is it?
Mine.
Oh,
Joseph wants
No.
to watch a bee's nest.
Huh? Was that?
Joseph's going to take the cat. With
Yeah,
hashtag
Joseph's
more
a
cats for
picture of cats.
Joseph.
Yeah, I love cats. But
I have
not at
four.
this point.
It goes meow, meow, meow. Don't you?
Rock Solid changed the display name just for Thomas.
Might be a pussy fart.
Queef. Mine's in heat right now, so it's been doing that for 24 hours a day for the last 5 days. So I've been heavily medicating myself at night.
Question: is the dry February as well a thing that is going on in the United States, or is it just something they're trying here?
Dry February?
Yeah, like no alcohol.
Oh no. Alcohol will always flow here.
It's like they're they had it today on the news, like dry February challenge, basically, that everybody people can join the challenge and basically not drink a single drop of alcohol during February.
Oh, so this is like a personal thing. It's not like a state sanctioned law.
No. It's a challenge. It's simply a challenge because they said that the consumption of alcohol got up during the pandemic because people are staying at home and all the jazz.
Having to deal with their families.
And yeah, exactly, and homeschooling children and everything. So the consumption of alcohol got up. So they are trying to basically just test yourself if you can last a month without alcohol. Because if you cannot last something like longer than a week, you should probably seek out some help. And I was like,
that's good.
Well, I've been going 11 years without alcohol. Another month.
That's what I was
Rehab is for
saying.
quitters.
So dry February. What's next? Masturbation lesson.
Bert, you are popping pills every single day.
That's not alcohol.
It would be. I know it's even worse addiction.
What addiction? These are a heart medication and triglycerides medication.
I know. I'm kidding. I'm kidding here.
I don't drink. I haven't drank in years.
Dan23 says the last episode of Mandalorian season 2 had a preview for a new show, The Book of Boba Fett, December 2021. So the end of this year, the Boba Fett show.
I'm kind of behind on the Star Wars lore. I asked this at another panel, but nobody answered me. Can somebody explain the dark saber to me? Where did it come from? What's the whole lore about that?
Mr. Carter, I know this one.
Go for it, Roxanne, because I don't even know what the hell dark saber is.
Okay, so the dark saber came about in the Star Wars: The Clone Wars animated series. So it basically was brought up by the Mandalore, basically the Mandalorian people to battle against ancient Jedi. And the overall lore is it is a very similar design and construction to a lightsaber, but it is basically only a Mandalorian is supposed to possess it. Now, it had disappeared for generations, and then in the middle of the Clone Wars, it was found again. There was a specific Mandalorian clan, and I think it was Clan Vizsla, that found it. And now, have you watched any of the Clone Wars animated?
Business, can you mute yourself? The cat is really loud.
Well, let me go in my room. I'll shut the door. No, I haven't seen none of the animated stuff.
Okay. So, spoiler warning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Darth Maul survived Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and basically was brought back to life in the Clone Wars. Now, he actually went to Mandalore and essentially took over as a warlord leading the Mandalorian people. And he found the Darksaber, and that was basically his claim to leadership. And then after that, he lost the Darksaber to, I can't remember which Mandalorian it was, but to another Mandalorian. And then somehow the Empire got a hold of it. So basically, in the end, think of the Darksaber as a Mandalorian lightsaber, but instead of a round blade, it's a more traditional sword type blade that basically is not a gauntlet, but basically is it more powerful than a lightsaber?
Is it any more? Yeah.
We're losing you.
No, I asked if it was more powerful.
Than a lightsaber. I don't remember. Yeah. It may have been able to cut through a lightsaber blade, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't think so, because I seem to remember lightsaber duels between the Mandalorians and Obi-Wan using the Darksaber.
Well, Boca Raton said that it was hers before that Moff Gideon had it.
Right, because and that's so going a little bit deeper into the lore on that, I can't remember her sister's name, but her sister was actually involved with Obi-Wan Kenobi and was the leader of Mandalore during the Clone Wars era. So that's kind of the family lineage that goes through there as well.
So Jedi were actually the Mandalore's enemy.
Yes.
One time.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
even going back through
could,
like to the Knights of the Old Republic.
I don't see how. I mean, well, they're just bounty hunters. Why would the Jedi hate them?
They're not. That is something that Boba Fett, who is technically not a Mandalorian, and even Jango was not a Mandalorian either. They just followed, and technically, the Mando and the Mandalorian is not a Mandalorian.
Yeah, he's a raisling or youngling or whatever.
A foundling, I think, is what they called him.
Foundling, yeah.
Yeah. And that's why Mando would not, or Jindarin would not take off his helmet, is because he was a more strict follower of a certain Mandalorian sect, whereas the other ones that we see in the show took off their helmets, didn't think twice about it.
I was surprised they showed his face so early. I didn't think we would get to see his face until like way down the line.
I kind of wish so old school wrestling fan, right? Following the luchadors and whatnot in Mexico, the history of the Mexican wrestler's mask. To lose a mask is a great dishonor and really, in a lot of ways, weakens the character. I would have liked it if we wouldn't have seen Mando's face throughout the entire series.
Yeah. It kind of, I was kind of disappointed like that early on. It gave the audience what he looked like, and it kind of ruins your perception of what he might look like under there. So I didn't like that.
Well, and it's one of those things where they could have shot it in such a way, like when he was interacting. You've seen all of season 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, spoiler warning for anyone who hasn't. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When he's interacting with the panel in the Imperial base, they could have shot that where he showed his eyes and his face to the panel, but we never saw his face, to the camera. And then had him just put the helmet back on as he's interacting with the other Imperials. That could have been a way that, and I would have actually preferred that myself.
Anyone here into real crime, real nonfiction kind of documentaries? I just found it's on Netflix. It's a docuseries called Spycraft, and it tells you what all the little gadgets they used during the Cold War and how they assassinate somebody, how they put bugs. I mean, it was real interesting. Anybody wants to check it out?
My wife's been watching. There's one of them, and it could be that one. It could be something else, where they're going through the history of the the 80s mob era in New York.
I don't think I watched, I think, 2 or 3 episodes on it. I just started watching it the other night. But it's really crazy how they do shit. I mean, the Boy Scouts they gave, I forgot what president, no, it was a diplomat, I believe, of the United States SEAL, but bugs can be transmitted because they have batteries and it actually transmits a signal, and anti-bug devices pick up on that signal and okay, something is transmitting in this room. But they came up with a clever plan. It had no batteries in it. So what they did, they had a view from across a building across the street. They would shoot radio waves at this SEAL, which had an antenna in it, and the antenna is what gave its power to start recording the voices, and it would shoot it right back to them, and they heard everything. I mean, it's really crazy stuff.
Okay, just to go back a little, Robert Rose Jr. says, Bird of Prey, Billy Jack Goes to Washington was a show how even back then, how corrupt Washington, D.C. was and how corrupted politics are. And also, so the election and steal of a certain person in the White House is very believable. Well, I mean, I just keep thinking it's getting more and more corrupted as time goes on. So I'm sure there was corruption back in the day, but
There
I
was
can't
corruption in
believe it's
Roman
close
times.
to the level.
Pre-Inca time, there were corruption. As soon as
Yeah.
man settled down, there was corruption.
Dan23 says, Bird of Prey, Star Wars, Bad Batch animated sequel to Clone Wars is coming this year.
Is it this year already?
Hmm.
Oh, that's cool. That should be a good series.
Dan23 says, Bird of Prey, Star Wars Visions is coming this year. A series of anime done by different people. Okay. And Dan also says, The Mandalorian star Ming-Na Wen confirmed she will reprise her role as Fennec, voicing a younger version of the character in the upcoming animated series. What
Did it
upcoming?
ever explain how Boba Fett get out of the Sarlacc pit?
No.
Okay. I want to when they make a Boba Fett series, I want to see how he gets out of that.
Wasn't it pretty much? I don't know, but I thought it was pretty as well assumed that he got out the same way the Mandalorian got out
Jetpack.
of that other thing. Yeah. Well, blowing it up from the inside.
I guess he would have had to have had the jetpack on because he went in Return of the Jedi. But
Well, I want to see how he got his armor taken.
What happened to his armor? Where did?
That's what I was about to say. I want to see how he lost his armor.
Return of the Jedi, he went in because his jetpack got hit.
Yeah, from the staff from Han. Hashtag Han didn't shoot first, Han didn't shoot second, Han was the only one that shot.
I remember the Darksaber now. Thank you, Dan. Monty's Folly says, Better Pray. Please watch Event Horizon on film night. You won't regret it. Joseph says, I will. And Dan says,
now, one, if you
Pray.
haven't seen yet, Bird, have you seen, what's it called here? Oh, yeah, Groundhog's Day.
You son of a bitch. Yes,
Don't
I've
talk
seen
about my mother
Groundhog.
like that. She's been dead for 26 years.
I've seen Groundhog's Day. Have you seen Groundhog Day?
I've had it up.
Groundhog's Day, never heard of it.
Dan 23 says, Bird of Prey. A long time ago, the Old Republic, the Mandalorians, are a race of warriors who left their world, conquering the galaxy, encountered the Jedi, and were at war until they were driven back. And Jedi Bill says, hey, Bird of Prey, have you seen Groundhog Day? Admiral Saval says, I'm playing and streaming Star Trek Armada 2. Very cool, Admiral. And we've got Ensign Ricky. Welcome, Ensign Ricky, who is not a financial advisor.
Not a financial.
Not a financial advisor to the stream with his GameStop avatar.
Well, here's the good thing with everything that's been going on with GameStop and their stock getting bumped up. They can now afford to pay you 25 cents for that limited edition Nintendo World Championships cartridge.
Well, it was all good buying the stock, but when they wanted it back, they only wanted a fraction of the price.
Breaking news: Jeff Bezos steps down to pursue lifelong goal of becoming Lex Luthor.
Sure does.
No. He stepped down. He wants to open an independent bookstore.
Nice.
That Amazon will put out of business.
Well, yeah, right. Amazon's going to put him straight out of business. Be like, I'm crushed by my own company.
What's his face? McWhatnot says, is Groundhog Day a movie or something?
Yes.
Yes, it's a movie with Bill Murray.
And it's also
a funny movie.
Hey, what's his face?
Also a day.
What's his face? I know you know. Don Gately. He's going to try to show it tonight around 9:30 or 10. So he's going to see if YouTube will let him allow to show it. So I'm sure you know Don Gately. He's in Mr. Spink's chat room. So you might want to check around 9 or 10. He might be playing that movie tonight.
Professor Brainy Specs is Bird of Prey. Have you heard of a movie called Groundhog's Day?
Reminds me
T-Birds is to
reminds me of
invest in.
the SG1 episode, Window of Opportunity.
Yeah. Invest in Kurogan Enterprises. T-Birds says I watched Wonder Woman 84 and I didn't die. Yeah, I watched Wonder Woman 84. It's not as bad as people make it out to be, but it's not great.
It's horrible. Honestly, the movie, when I watched it for the first time, it was like, okay, popcorn movie, fun. The second I started to analyze it and think about the movie, I was like, oh shoot, that's bad.
Joseph did the hole in the bottom of the popcorn box joke.
You know what? Not yet, but thank you very much. I will try it.
Yeah, just not with the cats around.
Hey guys, I'm gonna jump off here. I know that fucking cat is getting on my nerves, so I know it's gonna be getting on your nerves. So I want to step out of here, guys.
Take care. Thanks for coming by.
Bye,
Meow back. Take care.
Robert Rose, is Bird of Prey, is Parlor back up yet? No, I just went to parlor.com, and although they have a static page up, it's not working yet.
And you think they will ever turn it back or not? Because
honestly, at this point, I think they're probably just hoping they win some money in a lawsuit. Though it's not going well for them.
Speaking of lawsuits,
very against them.
Did you happen to hear Steven Crowder is suing Facebook?
I did not, but I did see Crowder had Mike Rowe on, which actually gave me a reason to watch the show for a few minutes.
It was a good interview too. Yeah,
I like Crowder. He's a good guy, but I can't stand his style for some reason.
You got something against his half Asian lawyer, Bill?
That must be what it is. It's just the damn racism part of me.
Your quarter black Garrett. You got something against quarter black?
Yeah, he's like 3/4 too
son of a bitch.
black.
Oh damn it!
Come on, Bird, change my mind.
See, the change my mind stuff I like. The change my mind videos I like. But when he does his louder with Crowder or whatever, I just can't. I can't take it. It's not for me. Although his interview with Mike Rowe was pretty good. So
I bet you Bird watched that 90-minute thing of AOC though.
I didn't watch the AOC. I did watch a few minutes.
I didn't
where
see
he
it.
was talking about AOC's video.
Well, here's the thing. If you can spend 90 minutes watching AOC over and over and over again, why don't you go watch this great Bill Murray movie called Groundhog Day?
Right? For real.
I didn't know that the video AOC put out was 90 minutes long. I assumed it was like a 2-minute Twitter video.
They almost killed me.
Right.
I was in danger. They were there. Ted Cruz, you almost had me assassinated.
Yeah, that Capitol Police officer was just yelling and screaming at me. He's
I have no idea what you're talking about, but it sounds hilarious.
I saw the part where AOC was like, she was behind the bathroom door, and the door opened, and she could hear people say, "Where is she? We're gonna get her!" Blah blah blah. And they
might have been looking.
Luckily, they didn't look past the door to see her or something.
But I think Nancy Pelosi and fucking Mike Pence were higher up on the target list. Just my fucking I mean, like, why would you go after like the head of the snake there? You know what I'm saying? Like,
the only people that were there after AOC was ones like Bird that just wanted to see her dance.
Just wanted to get a.
He overblew it. You know what I'm saying?
Can I get a?
She actually, people are kind of looking into it, like maybe she did feel threatened because like look where she comes from and she might have had trauma things in the past or whatever.
Can I get your autograph? I'm sure she was threatened as a what was she? A
bartender.
A bartender. I'm sure she had many at times. She's been threatened and felt threatened, and she came forward as a victim of sexual assault. And I don't, she didn't give any details, but that's fine.
Her definition of sexual assault, though, is somebody just yelling at her.
We don't know what it is. Okay, it could be.
Yeah,
It could
but her
be. She did equate people yelling as getting over sexual assault. So that was a little fishy, I admit. But we honestly don't know what she may or may not have gone through, and since none of us know, we just get
Exactly.
the benefit of the doubt.
I wouldn't
Kind of like her
somehow.
standing.
Well, because you have to take your own.
Wait a minute.
personal
Let me put this in there. Kind of like her standing, looking at an empty parking lot, crying because it was detention.
That's true. We do know she has the potential to lie.
Absolutely. But I mean, like, it's to your advantage. But I mean, what AOC is doing that no one else is really doing is using the media, and that's why I think she's going to be a big player later on, because she is using the media on her side. She knows how to manipulate. She knows how to use social media. She is a fucking genius when it comes to marketing.
She's not a genius. She just looks good.
Compared
to all the other people in Hollywood, in Washington, D.C.
I'm sorry. She does not look good. The only time she ever looked decent.
She looks better than Pelosi or anybody else.
But she knows how to market her brand. She knows how to go and where to get the votes. She knows how to talk to the people. And that's what I think more politicians probably need to do. I mean, you don't have anybody barely on the conservative side doing what she's doing with social media. Barely. You have like 3 or 4 people, you know what I'm saying? But you have everybody on the left side running social media like a fucking whiz. And that's
because social media helps.
Because social media artificially puts
down
them up.
Anybody else.
Yeah,
absolutely it does. And that's the problem. There's no equal representation on both sides of social media. And when it comes up,
anyone with half a brain should ignore social media.
Well, I mean, you have to watch both sides of the news to understand what's going on. And that kind of sucks because we don't have a channel. I mean, I get better news.
Well, the problem is the people with half a brain still get a full vote.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, like, I get better news from overseas than I do here. And that's just plain and simple.
This is something that I pointed out a long time ago, that basically you have opinion pieces, you don't have news reporting.
Darth Maul says, Bird of Prey, is AOC as crazy as they report?
Probably.
I think so.
Absolutely. But I mean, like I said, she knows how to market her brand. She knows what to do. She knows how to get attention of people, and she does it very well. That's why I think she's not going anywhere anytime soon. And whether
Captain Trax, his previous question was in Italian. Sorry, Captain. Me no hablo Italiano.
So, serious question for you, Bird, here. If you had to choose AOC or Tulsi Gabbard?
Tulsi Gabbard, 100%.
But Tulsi's not in Congress anymore.
Yeah, she left.
Also, the media hated her because she dare question the narrative, so she was out.
If you watched, I just watched her and Joe Rogan. That was a great interview. Joe Rogan did a great interview with her, and she laid it out pretty much. What she thought, how she thought things should change. I fucking 100% vote for Tulsi. 100%.
On Spotify? Did you watch it? Listen to it on Spotify?
Spotify. Yeah, you have to watch it on Spotify.
Yeah.
T-Berg says, Bird of Prey, okay, I will put up 5x5 screens of the best dem female around your ship to judge. No, thank you, T-Berg. Darth Maul says, Bird of Prey, how much have you been drinking for reals? AOC is average at best. Yeah, but average at best compared to the other people in Congress is far and above.
Compared to the people in Congress, she's a queen.
She might be a Florida 3 or 4, but she's a Congress 9.
Dude, for real, she's like a Congress 10.5, dude. I mean, she is top dog in Congress. If you have to compare her to most,
especially with Tulsi out.
Yeah, I mean, like she's queen of Congress looks. But I mean, on a normal street, like I said, she's like normal. She looks normal. She doesn't look like pretty. She doesn't look ugly. She's just like middle road to me. I don't know. I mean, that's just the way I feel.
What's this face? As I might want to watch Groundhog Day.
It's a sad thing when we've been reduced to ranking congresswomen how bangable they are.
How available? Yeah. Well, I mean, how they look. I mean, if you do look at a majority of them,
well, here's the thing. Here's the thing to remember, though, Deej, is the fact that the government screws the people all the time. So if you're going to get screwed, you might as well get screwed by someone attractive.
Absolutely.
Okay, but here's
no
like a
problem.
legit. It has been tracked, and it is a scientific fact that the vast majority of elections, the more attractive candidate wins, male or female. Even before women came into politics, when it was just men, the more attractive male almost always won the election.
Absolutely. That's true.
Well, that's going back to the 60s. That's one of the reasons why Jack Kennedy beat Nixon is the
That's
fact
exactly
that that
what
was one of the
Mel Gray
first
said.
that was one of the first televised debates. And I mean, Nixon was sweating like a pig and whatnot, and dabbing himself and sweating through his suit. And Kennedy looked very poised, very polished. I mean, he was the first television president.
All right,
He owned
all right. Time out. I'm going to break this whole theory because if you say the more attractive candidate wins, then explain Maxine Waters.
I don't know who she ran against.
I don't care who
Thomas
she ran
Potts
against.
has confirmed Berto Prey only skips my Berto Prey comments. Thomas, did I skip a comment? Thomas is Berto Prey. Does AOC remember the Republican senator who was shot by a Bernie Sanders lover? Probably not.
Nope.
Thomas, sorry I
Doesn't
missed
exist.
that one.
That's fake news.
Yeah,
It never
that's probably
happened.
fake news. I don't remember that happening on a baseball field. What's this face says AOC looks like a prehistoric squirrel from Ice Age.
No, don't
insult Scrat like that.
Yeah, don't insult him.
So yeah, I feel a little bad talking about the attractiveness of candidates, but that it comes into play. It legit comes into play. That's our neighbor, Mom. That's Tom's wife clearing. No, it's not the food. It's Tom's wife. Shoveling, I guess.
And did you order food?
We did.
And what did they tell you?
It's going to be a while.
Skiing is probably not something
Well, all
traditional from
the
New York.
streets are cleared now, and I guess this O'Prey really wanted from out, so she called and found a place delivering.
But you said you have like Chinese restaurants in your in your proximity.
We do, but we ordered from a diner.
Okay.
I will tell you
Chinese
the
would have
best
been good,
Chinese
too.
food I ever had in my life was in Germany.
Germany had
Really?
pretty good food, I had to admit. When I was there, I did enjoy the food while I was in Germany.
And
Well,
they
the best
had
Indian food I had was in
Wiener
London, if that
schnitzel.
makes sense.
when I forget, I think it was called Derna. It's kind of like a gyro, but so much better.
Ted Nugent for president.
Oh my God.
That would be something else, says Robert Rose.
Ted Nugent for president. Oh my God. Well, I mean, every American would have a bow in his hand, that's for sure.
I'd vote for Mike Rowe.
He makes too much sense. He's unelectable.
Yeah. I've often wanted Rick Harrison from One Stars to run.
You want a porn star?
You know what I'm talking about.
Why not Vince McMahon?
Because I don't like Vince McMahon.
Don't tell it to Rambling.
I don't even think he likes
I'm
McMahon.
pretty sure Rambling knows.
Yeah,
Because with Rambling, it is so funny when he comes to a stream. It's like, when will wrestling come up?
Literally.
Like 5, 4, 3. Okay, there it is.
T-Berg says Sisso pray for president.
No.
Yeah, it would probably not go over well for many of us.
How do you have so many points?
Jedi Bill says, "Hey, Bird of Prey, have you seen Groundhog Day?"
Dude, what's up with the Groundhog Day question, bro? I mean, it's like
It's Groundhog Day.
I know
Yeah,
that, but it's not like everybody in the question is like have to ask Bird if it's Groundhog Day or not.
Yeah, basically that's what's been going on the entire stream.
Literally, everybody that's come in has been like, "Hey, Bird, this Groundhog's Day thing."
It's the
And
joke.
been often more than once.
We've even
And-
been tweeting it out on Twitter now.
Oh, Darth Maul can't say that.
I don't.
Say that on television.
Literally, Ricky, once he goes to Twitter,
I might just leave Twitter tonight.
I
Thomas
be
is
so
where is
lucky.
Twilight?
know there's a couple of people that asked Bird if he's watched Groundhog Day on Twitter so far.
I haven't answered. Darth Maul says Mike Hunt for president.
Yes. Indeed.
Only if he drives Clint's Taurus.
Ha!
I have my plan when I
I
run
got-
for president. I'm legally changing my name to both candidates suck.
I
And
say
I'm running.
Paul Rubin should run for president because at least with him, there's really no sex things except for he kept his hands to himself, and
There you go. There,
it's the perfect candidate.
Because he's
Jedi Bill says, "Bird of Prey, don't feed Charlie your fingers."
you don't want to
Not planning to.
like me, Daddy. I'm a loner, a rebel.
And with Paul Rubens as president, we can have the word of the day and we can all scream.
Daddy can be first lady.
But then,
Yes.
do we get Morpheus or do we get Cowboy Curtis?
Cowboy Curtis.
And who's the Minister of Defense? Who's going to be like fucking the Houdini in the box? Fucking the great whatever his name was.
Jambi?
Yeah, Mekalaka High, Mekahini Ho,
Yeah, we can have that. Make a high, make a honey ho.
Mekalaka High, Mekachani Ho.
So see, we found the perfect presidential candidate.
I still think
Actually, Bird, if you check the private chat, I put a link in there for the former lieutenant governor of the wonderful state of Wisconsin, who is a good conservative, and yeah, I think she'd do a good job. I'm not even joking.
All it is a photo.
Yes, Rebecca Clayfish.
You okay, Mama Prey?
I'm getting concerned because this is the second time you've asked her that on this stream.
Well, she's got Charlie, and things are not going great.
I have 150.
He's
Well-
teething. He's
Well,
very
get off
clingy.
the stream and let Charlie chew on you some more.
I'll let him on me if she wants to drop him off over here. I can hold him for a bit. Oh, she was feeding him.
Jesus, all those sentences were so wrong.
I mean, this. I mean, I don't know anything about her politics, but she's easy on the eyes.
She's actually a very conservative individual, very pro-life, small government. She was Scott Walker's lieutenant governor.
T-Berg says, "Say, hey, someone edited Pee Wee Herman into Jurassic Park. Now edit out Pee Wee and put in LDG."
Do we have to?
Robert Rose says, "Skynet for Minister of Defense."
Right? Invest in Skynet. Skynet stock going up. Decentralized thought.
The colors in Deej's and Yosef's avatar are so similar in quantity. They almost look like the same avatar when they're tiny.
Bird, clean your glasses because those pictures are completely different.
Yeah, mine has a
I'm
ton
just
of
saying, at a
pink in-
quick look, your brain just sees the same amount of pink and blue.
I have literally almost zero pink in mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the red and the peach kind of
I don't
come
have
together to be pink.
There's hardly anything red in mine. What the hell are you talking about?
I don't know. I don't know.
Just saying, if you were seeing what I'm seeing, you would agree.
We'd be watching Crystal Skull?
Or
No,
Groundhog
never-
Day? Never heard of it.
We'd be watching Groundhog Day because Bird, you have seen Groundhog Day, right?
Wow. Chapter Trek says, "Are you colorblind?" No, I did the test. I'm not colorblind.
Yeah, do my entire homework.
Are you crazy? No, my mother had me tested.
Next thing
Oh,
you're
they
gonna say
did,
is
and it turned out I wasn't crazy.
Rock Solid looks like our avatars too.
It's okay. Here, Charlie comes Uncle Bird.
Ricky's the only smart one because he just put up a GameStop thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Charlie.
Made some quick.
Bite him, Charlie. Bite him.
Don't bite me, Charlie.
Don't eat junk
Okay, I'll
food.
give you something to bite. You want your baba?
It's confirmed. Bird tastes like chicken.
No.
The bird of prey is actually a big chicken.
We're waiting for that Corona IPO.
All right.
Oh, Charlie. Yeah,
T-Bird
Charlie.
says Rock Solid looks like a goateed Professor X.
No, you don't want bottle. You want to?
I look nothing like James McAfee.
I thought he looked like a younger Jesse Ventura.
McAfee?
Shut up, McMahon.
Hey, Charlie. Merrily, merrily, merrily. Row, row, row your boat.
At least he's not doing the Bonanza theme today.
Well, he wasn't technically doing it yesterday either. He was making
That was Bonanza.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun 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 dun.
Stanley Spadowski was hurting.
Dun 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 dun.
We need to get Bird a mop. He can be the next Stanley Spadowski. See,
Charlie, if you want to drink from the fire hose,
I can make that happen.
Yeah, right.
Would you like a spin mop, a sponge mop, a dust mop? What kind of mop would you like?
He wants a
What
spin
type
mop.
of mop did he have?
He had a traditional cotton wet mop.
Then that's what I want. Okay.
Bird wants to take the top off and put it on his hair. Then
See,
Yeah.
Charlie, give Grandma a few minutes with Sassy. He's fine.
Bird's only dropped him once.
Oh,
And scared the bejesus
no,
out of
I'm
him
fine.
every day.
Yeah, made him cry. Way to go, Bird. Make your nephew cry on camera.
Remember, the internet is forever.
Yeah. Poor Charlie. I'm so sorry I did that, Charlie. I didn't mean to yell so loud. And I see it in slow motion every time now.
Oh.
I go, and then Charlie looks at me, and then he goes, ah. And so Bray takes him away. And a few minutes later, I get him back. Yeah, Charlie?
Yeah, and we could see the look on his face. He didn't want to come back.
He did. He liked Bonanza.
You broke his poor little heart. You broke his poor widow heart.
Here's your toy.
Big Krogan
Here's your
dictator
toy.
screams at little kids to make them cry. Film at 11.
Yeah, you tell him, Charlie. You say, "Hail, Karoga."
No, he said hail on Kroga because he's mad at you.
No, he's happy.
Well, if he filled his drawers, then he'd be hailing Turtistan.
That's true.
He says, I have the best uncle in all of the world.
Wait, you have a brother?
What? That's good.
No, but Sisso Prey is one of those people that has made all of her friends aunts and uncles. They're not your real aunts and uncles, Charlie. I'm your only real uncle.
Who's your uncle now? I'm your uncle now.
Who is your uncle and what does he do? Who is your uncle and what does he do?
Right. He does YouTube and stuff.
So way back in the day, when I had my website that was for Jeep owners, there was a forum for Jeep owners mostly. My aunt had no idea what it was that I actually did. It was just a website for Jeep enthusiasts to hang out in and talk about Jeeps mostly, and other things, politics. But so she went to buy a new Jeep. So she went to the Jeep dealer and was trying to get a better deal.
Did she name drop you?
Yeah, she did. She started yelling about how her nephew runs the Jeep website and she should be getting some type of better deal. And I'm like, what did you say? I was like, no, that's not, none of that is true. I was like, I don't run the Jeep website. I run a small Jeep web forum that I'm sure they've never heard of before. She was like, oh, well. She ended up getting like a BMW or something.
So along those same lines.
So a better car, understand.
Yes. When camera phones first started coming out, my grandmother had just gotten out of the hospital after falling. I think she broke either her wrist or hip or something like that. And so she was in assisted living for a little bit and didn't want to pay for a cell phone. I was working at Sprint at the time. So I'm like, you know what? I'll set you up with the line. I'll cover it and everything. You don't need to worry about it. And it had a camera on it.
Where did your toy go, Charlie?
And she was concerned because I showed her how on my phone, when she called me, that a picture of her would pop up. So her concern was, what if I'm on the toilet and someone calls? Will they see me on the toilet?
Oh, you got your toy. Okay. Then there was a time, like I had just started working. I was maybe working a year. And one of the VPs called me into the office because he had a meeting with somebody who happened to know, I think it was a different aunt or maybe my same aunt. And Charlie, no biting.
Huh. Charlie, baby.
Before you can beat me, sorry that I jump in. I need to go to bed.
No problem, Joseph.
So thank you very much for having me.
You can sleep when you're dead.
There's no bed for you. Joseph.
It's not me who wants to go to bed. It's my wife who calls me.
Go to bed.
Good
Go to bed
night.
now.
Take care.
Work. There's two. Okay, there's that. There's two of these. There's this.
Wake up, samurai.
And this.
You gotta work.
Okay. You're welcome. Charlie has been picked up by Mama Prey. So yes, I was working and I got called in by a VP who said they were at a meeting where somebody said something and they heard my name and they were told, oh, he's the head of Grey Goose Vodka, which of course I wasn't. I was at the time, a project engineer in the company that owned Grey Goose Vodka. I was like, I don't know how they came to that conclusion. I swear I never claimed that, and I never did. But he laughed it off, thinking like I did, and just letting me know that he heard about it. And I was like, no, I was like, that's, he laughed. He's like, no, it's okay. We've all done that. And I was like, okay, but like, I didn't do it. I didn't want to protest too hard. They felt like that would just make it worse, even though
He's just not taking any fucking damage.
I was in the clear.
My hits are going straight fucking through him, and I can't even attack.
Sounds like a problem.
Wow, somebody picked up the F-bombs.
I was going to say someone was.
I wonder where. I wonder how he picked that up.
This is when he comes in and he's just like, I don't know. He's fucking goofy. Goofy on his Roblox over there. But he'll go to family functions and be like, my dad is screaming all the fucking time. Blah, 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 when he plays video games. I'm like, you too, motherfucker. I'm not the only one. We catch you. We catch you. Mad at your game and your teammates. I know how you feel.
The F-bombs flow through this one.
Do you even know what a fucking controller is? Bro!
The original, bro?
Right, the original, bro? It's like, what's the symbol for... Can you tell me the symbol for nitrous oxide? No.
Correct.
No, it's not Nephew O'Prey dropping the F-bombs, Thomas.
Oh my god.
I'm sure he will at some point.
Seconds without 5 people hitting me at the same time. Grandma. Find the post.
Well, I have a feeble here scratching at my legs that wants to go play, so I'm going to drop off the panel. I will be listening, but Murphy Mayhem needs some attention, so I'm going to go beat him up. Right?
No problem, Rock Solid. Take care. Thanks
And
for stopping
one
by.
last thing, Bird. Make sure. Have you watched Groundhog's Day yet?
Bro.
No, but I'll be sure to check it out.
It's a dope movie.
It is.
SG1's episode is better, though.
Just watch the damn mud puddle.
What's this Facebook whatnot says, yeah, not calling your boss a liar was probably a wise creature. Well, he wasn't my boss. He was just a VP of the company. But yeah, I didn't think it would be wise to protest too much. He had already thought he had figured it out in his head, and I was fine with it. It really didn't matter. He was also the guy who I found playing the violin I ordered off eBay. And I had ordered this violin for a friend's birthday. I was only at the company like 2 months. And I ordered this from eBay, and it was supposed to come that day. It never got delivered to me. So I was like, son of a bitch. It said delivered, but I mean, their delivery was to just leave all the boxes in front of our office until somebody got there at 8 a.m. to take the packages in. So God knows what happened. So the day went by, I didn't see it. And then I was walking through the offices, and I'm hearing violin music. So I follow it to the same VP's office, and there he is behind his desk playing a violin. And I say, hey, by any chance did that violin come get delivered today in a box? He's like, yeah, it did. There was no name on it. I was like, oh, it's mine. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. And he gave it right to me. He's like, you didn't have a name. I was like, yeah, I ordered it off eBay. They're supposed to put a name. But so I had to put the violin back together. And gave it as a gift. Welcome, Captain Trek.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Kids finally left.
What's this face? Yeah, I read that. So, I don't know. Is there anything else to talk about tonight?
No, I think
Might
we've covered
call
most of it, unless there is one last question.
Yes, there is.
Have you seen Groundhog's Day?
I thought I did, but now I'm thinking I might have been thinking about what about Bob?
What about
so
Bob?
I'm not. I don't know. I think I might have saw that movie instead of Groundhog Day. We both have Bill Murray in it, right?
Yeah, and what about Bob?
I think he was in Groundhog's Day. Sup, Robert Green, Qapla. But I think we're towards the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jedi Bill says, "Hey, Bird of Prey, have you seen Groundhog Day?" Yes, I have. And with that, I think we'll go around.
I was going to stream tonight, but I've decided after watching the last 2 hours in here, I'm avoiding the rest of today.
Oh, I think you should stream. I think
I'm
have
going
a lot
to
of questions to ask.
I'm going to avoid it so I'm not asked 50 million times if I've watched Groundhog Day.
Oh, why? This is a wonderful questions to be asked. So you could just say anybody who asks gets banned from the channel.
After last night getting laughed at repeatedly, I think I'll take the night off.
I gotcha.
You did not get laughed at. Your character got laughed at for being eaten alive.
Well,
Crotch first.
Yeah, crotch first.
That is quite the accomplishment.
Actually, it was 2 zombies in my crotch eating at the same time.
Yeah.
T-Berg says tomorrow is Deej Fertility Day. Is that true? Okay.
No, I'm not running out to any sperm banks and making donations. No.
Are you making withdrawals?
No.
Then you could have just said you're not running out to any sperm banks.
I've never been to a
instead
sperm
of
bank.
specifying. Maybe you've never been to one. You've knowingly been to one.
No, I've never been to anything like that. The only thing I've been to is donating plasma, and that comes from a totally different area.
Correct.
It could all be stored in the same freezer. You never know.
No, they take the blood out of your arm.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, somewhere along the line, somebody who needed plasma might have accidentally been given the wrong vial.
Well, they did. Oh, dear God. Oh, dear God.
There's not been any withdrawals from down below.
They don't give plasma by the vial. You know that, Bird.
Well, whatever, the bag, whatever it's called. Jay-Z Denton, says Bird of Prey, got him.
I don't think anybody could fill a bag that big. I'm sorry.
Oh, well,
That would take countless years to fill a bag that big.
I didn't realize it was such a
By
difficult task.
No.
You know, the plasma is smaller bags than actual blood. Now you get a full liter of plasma.
They take a whole big thing of blood out of you while they filter it out and then pour it back into you. The fun thing was where I donated my plasma, they would put Family Guy on the TVs to watch.
That is cool.
So we sat there
especially if
watching.
it's a Family Guy with the hospital episode and you see the completely incompetent doctors.
We didn't have any doctors at this thing. It was all like people that used
It was
to
all volunteers.
It was like people that used to work in the military and stuff that was coming in doing it.
Aravic Sonder with a $1 super chat. Thank you so much, Aravic Sonder.
Now, see, if we hadn't have stretched this out for a few minutes more, you wouldn't have got that $1.
That's right.
I know, and now I feel bad for Aravic Sonder because we were going to be leaving pretty soon. Arabic, throw out a category. and I'll talk about it for 2 minutes. Anything you want, Arabic.
Daya.
In the meantime, Ensign Ricky, anything to say before we get going?
No.
Captain Trek had a conversation there to ask in the private chat.
Oh, did he?
That's private.
Whoa! I now know.
I'm not aware, Captain.
No, we were talking about the months of the year, each month being celebrated. So,
In March Madness, it's real madness up here.
I know February is Black History Month. I'm not sure what March is. I don't think it's that.
No, it's not that.
It could be, though. With your reach, Bird, you could sit there and make it happen. March 1st.
Damn you, Joseph.
Joe, I thought I was sleeping.
I was behaving. I didn't say a word about it.
Joseph's can't stay away.
Arabic says, what did you order from the diner? I just got Taco Bell, the national fast food restaurant of Quiroga. Lol. Oh, I wish I could have got Taco Bell, but
yeah, but Quiroga Taco Bell is made with beagles.
They weren't delivering. No, it's not made with that disgusting ingredient. I got a
Nassy's disgusting now.
Whoa.
It is as a food, yeah. I got a cheddar burger deluxe. Burger, lettuce, tomato, pickle, coleslaw, a couple of onion rings, and steak fries.
Coleslaw. Ooh.
I love coleslaw.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's the best part.
Ew.
No, not you. No, not you.
Why? Who hates coleslaw?
I do.
I don't know what's wrong with you.
I used to have to make that at the bar that had a restaurant to it. I had to make that shit homemade. And ew.
Does anybody know Bird of Prey watch Groundhog Day? Once or twice, yes. It's not made from babies.
He's actually wanting to get off the stream right now so he can go watch it again.
Either that or another movie. I'll be nice.
Okay, so Ensign Ricky, nothing to say.
He's not a financial advisor.
Okay. Captain Trek, anything before we go?
Yes. I'll be streaming at 5 a.m. like I do every day. Central Time.
5 a.m. Central.
Yes.
Sounds good.
They didn't charge me this.
And that's and yes. Make sure to go to BurrowPray5.com for all your Bird of Prey 5 needs.
Thank you, Captain.
And remember, go to Bird of Prey on Twitter and ask him the important questions of the day.
Ask for what?
The important question of the day.
Oh, Andrea Seabrook. And she became a member of the channel. Qapla, Andrea. Thank you so much. Says, don't go. Don't go. Wait. Oh.
She didn't get to get up on the panel.
Okay, Andrea. Here's the link. We'll stick around a bit more. And
cool.
A big thank you for joining Quiroga as a paying member. You see that 5 after her name. Very cool. Big thank you. You made it, Quiroga, just in the nick of time. We're getting some feedback. That 5 after her name.
Means I didn't choose the lowest level.
Thank you. You made it.
Oh, shitbird. Sorry. Oh, my God.
No problem.
Oh, my God.
We're waiting.
Stop. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. Oh, my goodness. The 5 after my name means that I didn't choose the absolute lowest level possible.
Actually, the 5 after your name, just the fact that it's red just means that it's your first month.
Oh.
It changes colors the longer you've been here.
Oh.
It'll go from red to orange to something to the greens are the people who've been here the longest.
Oh, Jedi Bill.
Your actual level, there's no way to see unless I go in the back and look.
I don't remember
thank
what it
you.
was, but I know it wasn't the bottom. That's all I remember.
Well, then it was probably the middle. Because the top level is just ridiculously stupid. I didn't expect anyone to ever actually buy it, but Cinnabon
Oh,
did.
shitbird. Sorry, guys.
Nothing. What's wrong?
Oh, my God. Sorry. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I didn't hear any other problems, though, that you needed to apologize for.
They could go back and look at what level.
Us? Andrea, can you hear us?
We've lost her.
Hello, Andrea.
Beep.
Okay, we'll have to go to text. Andrea, we heard you, but now we don't. I don't know if she'll read that. Thomas is Bird of Prey, and she's gone. Hopefully she'll be back. Thomas watches Bird of Prey. So you wanted to destroy Cinnabon, your biggest supporter. No, yep. I don't want to destroy Cinnabon. I just need his Bunny Nation to be brought to their needs.
That was weird.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us now?
So it just froze. The screen froze, and you all seemed to be here. And then I could see Trek's chat, the hello in the private chat. I don't know what happened anyway. The end.
Yeah.
Can you hear us now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good.
Hello, Ensign Ricky. Not a financial advisor. I'm Andrea. Either one.
And actually, his official title is Ensign F-Bomb Ricky.
This is probably true.
Not Ensign.
Because if you go on any of the night streams, it'll be every other word. But you know,
still every other
word. Ricky.
Working on the night streams.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
So I've been, I think, almost continuously in these rooms for, I don't know, more than 24 hours, I think. And I've discovered that it's like co-working.
It's a bit addicting.
Yeah.
Like crack, actually, but you know, whatever.
It so suits me, though. It's like I can really get things done as long as I'm not paying attention to it, to getting things done, because then I immediately don't want to do it.
Like, you know, we're gonna have to appreciate her while we have her, because she's gonna get to the big channels. They're gonna yank her up, take all her time away from us. So, you know,
I don't want a big channel. No, close this brother.
Trust me.
That's what all women say.
They all say they don't want the big one, but yeah, they eventually end up there.
You'll end up with, you know, Midnight's Edge or, you know, doing something. Doomcock, yeah.
I don't know what you guys think I'm doing here, but I don't think it's what you think.
No, you'll just find them more entertaining than us. And
Exactly.
No, I don't think you know what I find entertaining.
Not yet. We'll learn.
Yeah. What am I doing right now? Oh, yeah.
What's his Facebook whatnot says she's Andy, like Andy McDowell in Groundhog Day.
Oh yeah,
Have you seen Groundhog Day? Son of a bitch. All day they've been asking me if I've seen Groundhog Day.
Have you?
Yes, I've seen Groundhog Day.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
You might need to see it again.
That's true. I might. I used to watch it every Groundhog Day, but I stopped.
Groundhog Day's not over. You can still watch it, Bird.
I could, but I'm not going to.
That's right. He'd have to put aside his Crystal Skull movie for today.
What? You're invading the Crystal Skull? You're not doing it.
I'm not watching Crystal Skull either, and I think you all know that. If you look deep in your hearts, I think you know the truth.
I don't have a heart.
I really can't believe it kept snowing, and now the sidewalk is white again.
A little reminder, Bird, that I have no heart.
Yeah, that hurt.
Do I need to say more?
Hi, Grogu.
What?
Did you ever tell?
Are you going
Andrea the story of how you got Grogu?
Wait,
I don't think Andrea knows the story of how I got Grogu.
No, she does not.
Are you a Mandalorian?
No, I just happened to go to the store. There was one sitting on the shelf, and some lady was talking on the phone with her back to it, asking if that was the thing that they were supposed to get. And before she could turn around and get it, it was already in my cart, and I was gone.
And you hid it so that she wouldn't know you took it.
Nobody knows that I took it except you guys.
Because you hid it from her. Because you stole it from a lady who was trying to get it
on the
for
shelf.
her
For a
kid.
4-year-old child, you have died.
It was on the shelf. If she absolutely had wanted it, she would have had it in her cart while discussing whether or not she wanted it or not.
Agreed. But, yeah, you did hide it. So
I just didn't want to get beat up. I'm old. I'm frail. I could get whipped.
You're not any trucker, for God's sakes.
Old and frail, please. The next week you were giving pregnancy tests to cows and a bull by mistake.
I didn't give it to the bull.
Then how did you know the bull wasn't pregnant?
Because bulls don't get pregnant.
How do you know?
Basic anatomy. Males do not get pregnant.
There's always the chance.
Okay, then there's always a chance. Then there's always a chance that Murder Prey 5 could get pregnant.
Oh, and look who's here. Geeks Enjoy Nerdrotica is in the chat. That
Like
tells Deej hit it.
Talking about the bulls, was that Have You Seen Groundhog Day or Ensign Ricky?
What's up?
Which one of you is talking about the bulls?
Me, Groundhog.
That's
Other than
Deej Odyssey.
Is Deej.
He likes the.
Oh, it's Deej. Okay. Then, where do you live? I'm kind of
Illinois.
obsessed with where people are. What?
Illinois.
Yes. Also, where I'm from, but I'm no longer there.
Do you have cows?
Fuck no, I
I
went to the city.
work on a farm.
I'm in jungle.
I didn't understand anything.
I work on a farm that has cattle.
Was Grogu something everybody wanted? I was totally out to lunch for that. Was that Christmas or something?
Yeah, Christmas.
It was a pretty big Christmas gift.
Like the Cabbage Patch Kids of.
Yeah, I remember the Cabbage Patch Kids.
I don't know if it was quite
Not to that
Cabbage
degree,
Patch Kid,
no.
but it was up there.
The Garbage Pail Kids, you know.
What'd you do with it?
And this is the better one because
Grogu.
Hey, Deej, what'd you do with the group?
I put it in my cart and threw a model on top of it and walked away.
I mean, after that.
Oh, now I
he
show it on
kept it.
stream just to make people remind.
He's raising it as his own son.
That's right.
And teaching him to smoke.
That's right.
And drink.
So, it was for you?
Say I'm hungry.
Yes.
It's for him.
Oh,
I added it to my nerd collection of stuff.
He's goddamn cute. You just can't get cuter than Grogu.
No, you can get cuter than Grogu because you got Baby Groot.
Well, see,
that's true.
The most amazing picture I've seen of 2020 was a picture of Keanu Reeves holding baby strollers, like pushing two baby strollers. One had Grogu and the other one had Baby Groot. It was the most epic picture I've ever seen.
Yeah, so good. I didn't mean to keep you all here. I just wanted to catch up with you so I could figure out where you were going after this. If you wanted to shut this down.
No. Honestly, I don't know where anybody's going after this. Deej was going to stream, but then he said he wasn't, so I don't know.
I may stream later. I don't know. It just all depends upon how I feel.
What about you, Geeks Enjoy Nerdrotica? Are you going to be going on live or not?
Well, his back room is probably open no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, I was there for a while until I left. It went a few hours after you left, Andrea.
Yeah. The whole time I was there, you never said a word.
Me?
No, Bird. I was sitting there listening, and Bird just never would talk.
Well, I was busy, but I was listening at times. Other times I couldn't listen, but then I saw he went live at some point, and I just left because I didn't want to take up a spot someone else could use. And Geeks Enjoy Erotica, and he puts in the link. His backstage is open, so if anybody wants to head over there, maybe I'll head there and talk for a few minutes until dinner comes.
I'm glad he said backstage, not back door.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, okay. I'm sorry.
No, just that I think and I hope that we've managed to sidestep all bullshit.
I think we'll be okay at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think
yes,
if we all
Jedi Bill, I've seen Groundhog Day.
Unfortunately, if you go back a couple of weeks and watch my video, I didn't sidestep the bullshit. It hit me in the face.
It will improve.
Yeah, I think if we just all pretend it doesn't exist, then it won't.
Wow.
It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
Yeah. Not an elephant. Not an elephant.
Oh, Ensign Ricky, anything you'd like to say before we go?
Again, no. I don't have
Deej
much working.
Well, we're still 60 away from that magical 666 number.
What are you doing when you get there?
I'm passing that to go to the 1,000.
No, you have
You have to do something.
But for some reason, everybody wants me to have 666 subs. So I don't know. Maybe I'll dress up in my devil outfit. And I haven't worn in 20 years.
Number
Cool.
one beast.
That's a good goal.
Cool. And Andrea, anything you'd like to say before we go?
Have a great summer. See you next year.
And remember, folks, send more snow to Bird. He wants more.
No. Thomas is Deej. You have to do a 666-hour live stream.
About 666 minutes.
Maybe. Either works.
How about a 66-second live stream?
66-hour, 66-minute live stream.
Okay. That is 27 3/4 days continuously.
He could do it.
If I can get to 666 in 2 weeks, I'll unretire the Gangnam Style dance for one stream.
What?
Don't ask.
You don't want to see the Gangnam Style dance? No, you don't want to.
You're welcome, Dee Dee. And Jedi Bill says, hey, Bird of Prey, if you want to watch Groundhog Day right now at Bird of Prey, if you've not watched Groundhog Day. And with that, guys, I think we'll end it there. Thank you all so much for coming. If you want to hang out, I'd suggest LDG's waiting room. The link is a few lines up. And Qapla all tomorrow. Deep Space Nine Wednesday at probably about the same time, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll be watching The Muse.
The what?
So, The Muse, it's an episode of Deep Space Nine, Season 4, Episode 21. Jake Sisko becomes involved with an alien that gives him super writing powers. And Odo...
he doesn't have to. I think she just gives him like the.
Is he right or right?
Yeah,
right.
But
he's a writer.
Like she puts him on like some sort of crack that makes him right because she feeds off his creativity more or less.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
Odo gets married. A very temporary marriage, but a marriage nonetheless.
Yeah,
big episode. No, I'm not going to watch Scrooge. I don't know where Twilight is. You have to ask Jedi Bill. Oh, Qapla all. Bird out.
Bye.